You spent time in Chicago as a police officer. You've dealt with this face-to-face on a daily basis, but it's spiraling more and more out of control. Why?
Lack of community involvement. When Donald says if you want help, ask for help, throw money into the schools, have the community get involved, have the young kids, because the adults, the gangbangers and the adults, you've already lost them. You've got to bring them up from a young age. If the community doesn't help, the number of policemen you have, the number of guns you take off the street, the number of cars you put out there aren't going to make a difference.
If nothing else, Steve, I agree with that, because I think ultimately it just would mask that same animosity, that same something is wrong with the people. Something is wrong with the notion of being able to rap about murdering someone at a bus stop for having a blue bandana on. Something is wrong there.
Right. Now, Charles, listen, you make you make an important point, and listen, charity begins at home. I mean, that's something that I was taught by the nuns back in grade school, and it's true. So there are systemic problems there, but there are also policy answers here that are important. And I think part of this is that we have put our police, and by the way, people like Peter, who's a police veteran, and current cops who are out there on the beat, these are the heroes out there in Chicago who are doing their very best. But as 60 Minutes reported over the weekend, 1 year ago, or a little over a year ago, we had 49,000 stops in Chicago. 1 year later, a few months ago, we had 8,000 stops. So the police have been hamstrung, and largely by absolutely feckless politicians, particularly our mayor, Rahm Emanuel. So I think, first of all, Donald Trump, and I think he got a massive share of the police vote, we have to have police backs. Secondly, in terms of policy, and this is a longer-term prescription, we need to fix our schools here in Chicago. Our schools are incredibly broken. Our most recent school superintendent is on her way to prison because she was absconding money to feed her gambling habit at casinos. This is someone who was appointed to be the superintendent by Mayor Emanuel. Yeah. So we need school choice, and we need it yesterday, and we need to have the backs of cops in this city.
Peter, some are saying the focus by the people in charge on appeasing Black Lives Matter or other politically correct agendas has only made this situation worse and made it more dangerous for policemen like yourself to do their jobs.
The Black Lives Matter movement hasn't really made that much of a difference. I think more importantly, we have to concentrate on getting the young kids and the communities to become involved and to help police.
How do you do it, though, Peter?
Crimes.
How do you do it when the cool thing is to do the exact opposite? When you can make a video with a bunch of money and a couple of guns in your hand and become a local legend.
Yeah, exactly. But I think, I wasn't a big fan of Rahm's, but Rahm and Eddie Johnson, the new superintendent, they've got the right idea. They want to throw money into the community, but take that money and throw it into the schools. Don't close 50 schools. Open more schools. Get to these young kids that are in second, third, and fourth grade. Because at 15 or 16, I'm sorry, you're already a hardened criminal. Yeah. And if I can
Charles,
make $200 a day slinging drugs, why would I go to work at Whole Foods for $10 an hour?
I think the age is lower than that. Real quick, Steve.
Charles, I'll just tell you, one way is put God back in their lives. Many of these children, black and brown children, they want to go to Christian schools. They can't afford it. If we give them school choice and let them go to a Christian school, to their local parish school,